Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Love and happiness. Yeah.
Love and Happiness's mission is to help 1 million couples. Dr. Vandy and Barbara Coulter are committed to reaching this goal. Love and Happiness has helped thousands over the years through their couples retreats hosted in various cities. Their popular Central Florida TV show, Love and Happiness, has been syndicated in several states. Their best-selling book, Love and Happiness: The Secrets to Creating Winning Relationships, has helped singles and couples alike learn how to build better relationships. It's no surprise that the Coulters are in high demand. Relationship subject matter experts featured on talk shows and national radio looking for real relationship talk. The Coulters' virtual retreats, social media platforms, Facebook live streams, and relationship masterclasses have put their mission to help 1 million couples in their sights. Dr. Vandy Coulter, PhD, a certified counselor with presidential status in the American Association of Christian Counselors, has a virtual counseling practice that serves CEOs, pastors, entrepreneurs, individuals, and couples who want their relationship to go from bad to good or good to great. Dr. Vandy has been featured on Fox, CBS, NBC, their national affiliates, and various media for the impact from his virtual counseling as a response to the relational health crisis during the COVID pandemic. Dr. Barbara Coulter, real estate investor and serial entrepreneur, complements and contributes to what makes Love and Happiness the perfect blend of real talk and fun. Our motto is no one gets their happily ever after. They create their happily ever after. After the hurt, after the disappointment, you can still be happy. And Love and Happiness is just what you need to have.
Love is. Wait a minute.
All right. That was a new thing we did, and we are here with Love and Happiness Live.
Hi.
Yes, indeed. I'm Vandy. This is Barbara, and Barbara has some stuff that we're going to build on. And so,
Well, it's Valentine's Day weekend, so we have to make sure we have to talk about it. So
All right.
Today's subject is going to be about what makes Valentine's work and what doesn't.
I like it.
Because some people love Valentine's Day and some people don't like it.
All right. So what makes it work?
Well, different things make it work for different people.
Okay.
For me, it's just, for me personally, for Barbara, it's just one more day I get to express my love and just be lovey-dovey to you.
She just said that like it's a regular day, but
for us it is, because
well,
we're 22 years later.
I
Wait,
celebrate love with you.
22
Yeah.
years later, we still hold hands in the car.
But isn't the power of
because we love each other.
Of love and happiness is real relationship talk.
That's it. Yeah.
And the real relationship talk is, you're absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
22 years.
I also know that there's pockets in the real relationship where, you know, and I think when we were praying today, you said it without saying it, which is that real love is choosing to remember what you think you need to remember and forgetting what you don't need to remember, that can take the air out of the love.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's not that we're flawless after 22 years. I'm not saying that, but yeah, you have to choose to remember, okay, I'm going to make this thing work, or, you know, I forgive this, or I forget that, you know.
Yeah. Cause I really think that is powerful for people looking to find a way to have a happy relationship, to understand the real power is also, yes, forgiveness is important. But you ever heard somebody say, I'll forgive, but I won't forget?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that robs you from being able to, on any day, particularly when you're supposed to be connecting about love, if you are not able to like turn the switch on to say, I choose to not remember. In other words, I'm going to let it go, but I'm also going to erase it from being the dominant. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's almost like healed with scars, because from my cesarean, I have a little scar. It's healed, but I can see it once in a blue moon. But but the thing is, it's like you just got to choose, like you said, choose to just like let it go and not let it hurt you anymore.
That's right.
So my cesarean from 16 years ago, it don't hurt.
So we're going to talk about 3 aspects, and you're going to pick us up here on basically, what works about Valentine's Day and what doesn't, because the 3 topics or the 3 points to this is addressing hopefully where you will be. You're in one of these 3 spaces that makes Valentine's Day work right now, or you're like, no, it doesn't work for me because we ain't been working right recently, right? So the first concern. Well, first thing I want to say, some people. Okay, well, why do some people choose to modify their behavior based on what this day represents? Yeah, it's almost
they don't.
Okay.
Try to modify their behavior.
No, I was just checking in. No,
on other days.
Oh, okay. So that's a little different. Okay, so why do they choose to modify their behavior on Valentine's Day,
right,
but not do it on other days?
Right, like they'll be all lovey-dovey today and planning. So then, well, tomorrow's Valentine's Day.
Okay.
And then Monday go back to being a rattlesnake or.
It's funny because as I was about to think, I was literally getting ready to think guy, right? Guy mind. There's a man brain, the term mansplain. Like there's a man brain.
Okay. And you just answer the question.
And no, because the man brain side is, for the individuals that are not getting their needs met, the ones that are like, honey, or they have to wait for a holiday or birthday to get the special treatment, so to say, then this becomes like a paid, a paid vacation day. It becomes a day you just get. Yeah, like okay, this is when the all things are good kind of thing to get that happening. So that's one of them. But from a woman's standpoint, you tell me.
Well, I don't know. I guess in my opinion, why people modify the behavior, this is my opinion, on Valentine's Day, but don't try to work on creating a healthy relationship all week long or all year long, is because they feel like, okay, this day is designated for lovers per se, and I want to feel that loving feeling. I want to feel like I'm loved. I want to feel like I'm giving love, and this is the day that's set aside for that.
Shout out to Lewis watching. What's up?
Hi. And so that's my opinion. So they want to be in that. I want to be loved. I want to feel loved. So let's just work on it today. Yeah. And not try to work on it Monday through Friday.
If someone is doing that, because that happens, does the other person struggle knowing you got an agenda? Like if we use the typical, which it doesn't mean it's this way, but if we take the guy as the one who's not as nice and then wants to be nice. Right.
Some women, it could be.
That's why I said we're going to take the stereotypical because I didn't want to assume, on the other side. Then how does it look for the woman? Is she looking like no, bruh, you're not. Like no, treat me. Yeah, I remember one time years into our when we was going through like really learning each other. You would say, hey, don't talk to me this way at 10 o'clock
in the morning,
talk to me different
at 8:30, 9 o'clock at night.
Right.
I had to teach you not to do that.
Right. Because I'm compartmentalizing. We're talking about this. This isn't about this. This is about this. So if we're talking about this, right. And you reminded me in that moment that everything is connected, because I'm like, yeah, but this conversation should not have nothing to do with this conversation later.
Oh, yes, it will.
But in your circle of cycle of processing, it absolutely does. And it's not like I was being the meanest thing in the world. It's a beautiful rainy day right now in Florida. And I know it's not snow, and those on the East Coast. It's coming down hard. It's nice. Yeah, we got some rain and 78, whatever. I get it. But okay, so from the female side, how does it look, since you corrected me about guys?
Well, some females, they can be, a little crabby, and they're going through whatever they're going through, and they're snappy at their man. Is that possible? And they're not
considering how they feel when they're snapping. Or I don't know, is that really a possibility? Do you think women can do that?
Yes. especially women who. Yes, I'm not gonna go there.
I'm not.
But
wow.
anyway,
Okay.
but yeah, we go through different phases in life where we have a lot of stress on us, not just men, but we go through everything, you know, just a bunch of stuff. Anyway, but
so then the guy in our mind, the way it looks for us usually from me being born and raised in barbershops, believe it or not, what it looks like is when the woman is not in the right space, crabby and all this other stuff, but then coming up on Valentine's Day, birthday, or anything that points to her, I'm just saying what happens from a guy's standpoint is we start taking stuff off our mental table. We start, you know what I'm saying, guys, where you just start to be like, oh, I was getting ready to do this for you. And now you never know. We won't tell you usually. We'll just in our mind, we'll say we're planning to do this. And then you get the wrong attitude and we go, okay, so we're gonna take this off the table, you know, and you're not gonna know because it's sometimes that spirit, that attitude will disqualify or remove us from
aren't you
doing extra stuff?
Let me jump in there. But at the end of the day, aren't you robbing yourself because it was in your heart to do? And for example, when I do things for you, when I'm planning different things and you're all trying to be nosy about stuff, I'm like, I get so excited.
Why am I being nosy and you can't surprise me? It's like, is that me being nosy or me just say, okay, so, all right, so let's say it the right way. Hold on for a second. Let's do this the right way. You're not calling me nosy. You're saying you're swole or upset at the fact that I figure it out and then say it. You'd rather I figure it out and act like, oh, what a surprise. Oh my God. If I just happen to go, wait, are you getting ready to do such and such? That's not being nosy.
Yes,
it's you're leaving blues clues all over the place. And then I'll sit up there and piece together the clues. And she's really swole because I figured out. And then she's not saying because nosy would be like, what you doing? Why are you doing this? How come you doing that?
Right?
But I don't do that. I don't ask that. I can see what you're doing, and I'm like, okay. Now and in fairness, other times surprises just get ruined, and that's not my fault. You know, it's like you had a limousine picking me up one day for my birthday or something. And no, we talking about the limousine company that called and I answered the phone and they're like, yeah, there's a limo coming for you at 7. Just want to confirm. And I'm like, I guess so. And then she blames me. How can you blame? Should she blame me? Is all I'm saying for answering my phone. And that was on you to say, limousine company, do not call anything but this number.
We're digressing.
All right.
We're supposed to be talking about.
Because maybe you got a limo coming today. You know, is there something? You know, it's raining, so maybe you got a limo. You need to do something.
Where were we at? We were at the point where I said you are robbing yourself.
Yeah.
When you decide to take something off the table that you had planned for your mate, because if you really sincerely love your mate and want to do something special, and you're a giver, shouldn't it hurt your heart not to do that?
But see, it doesn't from the standpoint of our heart with it, because we're still going to do something. We just wasn't going to
go home.
We wasn't going to go as big because you can quench our spirit. And I would assume it works both ways. And that's just an assumption. But I think it's more of a human thing that if I plan to do 7 things for you and you got funky all week long, I'm just saying at that point, I'm like, I'm not listening to nothing except how I'm feeling. And I'm like, I'm wondering, should 7, no, you know what? We just going to do these 3 things. And we're not feeling like we robbed ourselves. We're feeling like you didn't qualify in that moment.
That's a strong word to say. You ain't qualified. Yeah.
Is that too real, Felicia?
I'm just saying. That's just, what is she?
Felicia Finn. I'm just saying that Felicia Finn. Listen, Felicia F. Is that too real? Because I think it's a human thing. I think people will be like, no, I was gonna climb a mountain, cross a river. Now I'm gonna just take an Uber. Now I'm gonna Uber you. Now we're doing an Uber.
You were still robbing from yourself because it was your idea. You were creatively thinking about how you could bless your mate, and then all of a sudden, you know, something happens where I'm not even gonna go there.
All right. Well, let's do the second. Okay. So what works about Valentine's Day and what doesn't right work? You're saying is the fact that sometimes people modify their behavior
just for that day.
And then there's another point that we have, which is you can respond to this first,
Okay.
is the pressure that people feel just because it's a holiday, just because it is Valentine's Day.
Mhm.
Sometimes you feel pressure, don't you, where you feel like, you know, man, if I don't show up with something, you know, and it becomes a place of stress.
Right.
So tell me
Or
about that.
obligation versus you really wanted to do it in the first place.
Mhm.
Because a lot of people, like, you know, people who have those, you know, office jobs or whatever,
Mhm.
you know, you're getting telegrams sent to your job, you're getting big bouquet of flowers and
Mhm.
candy, you're going, you know, playing a Cancun weekend or whatever you're doing.
Mhm.
Some people feel like, well, then I'm at odds with my mate. I'm not doing that. We're not even communicating. We're not even talking. We're not even,
Mhm.
when the last time she touched me or he touched me, it's been weeks or months.
Mhm.
We don't have that same flow. But then you feel the pressure of, because your coworkers doing it or your neighbors doing it or your friends doing it, that now I have to do it. So some people cave in because of the peer pressure versus they really want to get things right.
Yeah, and the pressure of just the day.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I have pressure, right?
Oh, yeah, pressure.
I have pressure. We have this piano that I have pressure to play, and I don't really know how to play a piano that good.
But he can play.
I can't, but I feel
You can play a little
pressure,
bit.
so I can make it play by itself. And then when people come in, I'm fronting like I'm playing. But the Valentine's Day itself implies, you know, it's like if you're dating somebody. I remember when I was single, and y'all could judge me if you want. But when I was single growing up, and I'm dating a bunch of girls, and holidays like Valentine's Day come, I would strategically break up.
That is so wrong.
I would just create. If I'm by myself, then judge me. It's okay. But y'all without sin, throw the first stone. That's all I'm saying. And I would strategically look at January 9th, the first week or so I don't get too close to February, to just start stirring up some controversy, just to get to that space where, you know, eventually by the time we hit like the end of January, you know what, we should just take a break. We should stop. And I did. It's like, because it was like the pressure of the day was like, you know, you got to show up with something, but you dating all these different people, that's just a lot of work and money. And, you know, I'm broken, you know, from the hood, and I'm like doing hood things. Don't judge me. Just saying, the pressure of the day is a real thing, where especially financially during the pandemic, a lot of people's money is like, yo, son, it's like, I can't right now, right?
But you can find creative things to do with your mate. It's about love, spending time, just you know, just enjoying each other's company.
Yeah.
And it doesn't cost money.
Now here's a real question, because you know this already as the answer. When you say you could do real creative things, are many people creative in a relationship?
They need to go to our website and look on those dating tips.
No, but what I'm saying is there are just naturally a lot of people that's not creative.
True.
You know what I mean? And so therefore they go through those moments of pressure.
That's true.
And they connect. If I have money, I can do something. You know, I don't have some money.
Right.
It's going to be a little hard. I'm not sure I can do anything because my money is for me. Does that make sense to you? So what I'm saying is, if the day brings pressure, it's really like a trick of the enemy, because now you're in bondage, just like families go in bondage around Christmas because they think Christmas means money.
Right.
And Valentine's Day, if your money is a little sketchy, that's pressure, because it's Valentine's Day, and you know that those flowers don't cost that much in March.
Right.
You know the candy don't cost. You know dinner don't cost that much.
That it goes up. It definitely go up. It will definitely go up in this season. But, you know, again,
supply and demand.
Before you hit the season of Valentine's Day, you need to start thinking, okay, another month.
Dr. Bishop's wife. Oh. Hey, Vet. She's my hood friend. So she can roll with our hood.
So I know you just think about, okay, what can I do for my spouse? I don't have a lot of money. What can we do? I know you're not creative, but, you know, but nowadays it's an excuse, because you can Google everything and say, okay, what do you do on limited budget? So that's just an excuse.
I'm only laughing because there's a world of people who will have a question and not think to Google it. And everything is on Google.
Or ask Siri. I mean, literally.
Right. But as a world, it's like when you don't have creativity, that pressure of the day, it's real. It's a real thing. You know, it's like a lot of people will be stressing and like feeling it because they're not thinking as, like you said, well, let's just Google things to do on Valentine's Day. You know what I mean? They're not thinking like that. They're really just feeling the pain. So, all right. So if somebody is feeling the pressure, what would you suggest they do? Google some suggestions.
Yeah.
Okay. Call
a friend. Call a lifeline. Hey, I don't have no amount of cash. What should I do? What are you doing? Okay, I can do that. But how about, you know?
How about that lifeline? Check this out. Most people, it's just like this. when I talk to families and I say, listen, every family has a favorite. And when the parents say, no, we don't play favorites to the kids, I say, I bet you I can ask your kids which one of y'all are the favorites, and they all will say who is, because the kids know, and I was too, and we knew it.
If my sisters are watching, y'all know.
And we knew it was the parents being political, saying they're all our children, we love them all. So my point is that if someone is feeling the pressure, they're just like, that's the truth. I guarantee you, most people who have friends, they know which ones are more romantic. They should just ask that lifeline. That's what you may trigger when you said lifeline. They should call that lifeline and go, you know what? I could really use a few good ideas for Valentine's Day. You know what I mean? I'd love to see some creative things on a limited budget, or I want to go real big. And there's people who travel a lot. So let's say if you were looking to do something travel based, you would call them to go, tell me a hot spot. There's people who go out to eat a lot. You call them to say, tell me a really cool restaurant. So you can use your resources around you if you're not creative.
That's true.
Just saying.
That's true.
All right. So the third thing, last point, is this. What works about Valentine's Day and what doesn't is what we're talking about. And the third one is they're actually people who are not feeling pressure. They're not changing their behavior. These are the people who actually are living a healthy, loving happiness lifestyle, and they really want to just pamper and celebrate their mate. There are people who just truly just love it's like giving them an opportunity. It's like people who love to cook. They look forward to those cookout days where I can cook for everybody, and the family reunion days, or having people over because they love to do it. And if you're in a relationship that you love being in love, okay, like I love being in love with you. So because I love being in love with you, I'm always thinking sometimes a little more than one of us in this equation. However, I know I'll just say I spend a lot of thought thinking about what I can do, simple or bigger, that can simply say thank you for your prayers.
No, because I prayed for a romantic man.
Okay.
And I got one. So thank you, Jesus. I prayed for
I didn't add that to my prayer list.
I did.
But all I'm saying is it's nice to have the relationship that a holiday doesn't make it. If your relationship is one that, hey, we're not talking perfection. We're talking you love and you're happy. And the greatest way you know you're happy is this, is I can look at you and say, if I had a chance to do it all over again, I would.
Me too.
That's to me, because there's a lot of people, if they had a chance to do it over, they'd be like, got to give me time to think about it. Right. For me, I would run to the altar knowing all of what I know, even knowing that there was a moment today where you tempted me to be like, bruh, sis, really though, I would run to the altar all over again. So that's kind of what we wanted to just talk about, what works, what doesn't. Love to hear from you, what works, what doesn't. I'm sorry, it was so funny. So true. So many have had to try to be creative during this pandemic because of money and social distancing. Yes, and thank you for saying this great advice,
Let me tell you,
my sister.
Right. I mean, my husband keeps saying, what are you going to do with reservations? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I've been wanting like a pizza, a good pizza. Good with that. A New York style pizza. Yes.
Because being from New York, pizza, if you're in New York checking this, you'd be like, just trust, it's not the same. And we've been to Italy and the pizza ain't New York. No. You would think it would be better. No. Italian pizza in New York. That's some crack.
Right.
So absolutely. So that's us right now. Do us a favor, like and share. And definitely you can connect with us on our website, loveandhappiness.tv, and all that good stuff. And in any event, we will see you next Saturday with more real relationship talk. All right.
Bye.
All right. I'm gonna try to control things from here, so I'm not leaning all up in your thing.
It's still my thing.
It is still on because I haven't turned anything off. Hello. So if you're gonna start cussing, just wait till I'm done. Hold on before I get the whip and get all of the beatings. So we just gonna stay out right here.